You've made it to Chiro Hustle. Sit back and learn from the greatest influencers in the profession on the world's #1 chiropractic podcast. This episode is brought to you by Peach State Payments. Ethical processing, more profit, less stress. Chiro HD, more than an EHR. Projects management simplified. The Chiro Speaking Company. Attract, educate, and convert. Chiro Spring, cloud-based, user-friendly software with all the essential features chiropractors need. Redmond Relight. The IFCO. Chiro Moguls. Chiro Health USA. Sherman College of Chiropractic. Pure Chiro Notes, Titronics, and Life West College of Chiropractic. Let's hustle. This episode of Chiro Hustle is brought to you by Relight Hydration by Redmond. Here's the truth. Most Americans are walking around dehydrated, low energy, brain fog, muscle cramps, headaches, and they think they need more caffeine, when what they actually need are electrolytes. Hydration isn't just water. It's sodium, potassium, and trace minerals that help your body actually absorb and use the water. That's where Relight comes in. Made with Redmond real salt. No artificial junk, no neon dyes, no sugar overload, just clean, balanced electrolytes designed to support hydration, muscle function, and optimal daily performance. And here's the best part. Grab their sample pack with multiple flavors so you can find your favorite. Once you dial it in, it's an easy daily habit you'll stick with for life. Chiropractors understand this. The nervous system runs on electrical signals. Electrolytes help support that communication. If you're tired or feeling drained by 2 p.m., this is your upgrade. Go to chirohustle.com and get 25% off Relight with our exclusive promo. If you want a wholesale Redmond products, see the show notes for the wholesale application. Hydrate smarter, perform better, stay aligned.
Hey guys, welcome to episode 776 of the Chiro Hustle Podcast. I'm your producer, Luke Millette, and here's your host, James Chester.
So today we had the opportunity of interviewing Dr. Sebastien Fuentes. And if you want to hear a conversation about international practice and sharing the message, stay tuned for the full episode. Welcome back. This is another episode of the Chiro Hustle Podcast. Today I have a good friend of mine, Sebastien Fuentes, coming on from Paris, France, not Paris, Arkansas. But I think that we're going to have some laughter. We're going to have some real talk. We're going to talk about chiropractic and sharing the message, philosophy, his program, Chiro Talks, and what it's like to run chiropractic business today in 2026. We're going to talk about the Chiro Hustle message of his career and some of his mentors, and maybe he'll share a miracle story with us too. But before we get into today's episode, I want to share with you our big why. Why do we do what we do at Chiro Hustle? First things first is freedom of speech. I know over in France, that's a big deal. Globally, it's a big deal, but really for chiropractic, it's a really important thing is to have freedom of speech. Medical freedom and family health freedom. Those are very important things to the Chiro Hustle message. If you're looking for those answers for you or your family, reach out to a chiropractor in your city or your state or your country, maybe. I'm sure that chiropractic is growing globally right now. So a lot of people think sometimes that chiropractic is only in America, but I think today's international appeal to chiropractic is growing more and more. Philosophically speaking, we do protect the sacred trust. That's BJ Palmer's last written words. If you don't know what that is, go to chirohustle.com, click on the show notes. You'll learn more about chiropractic than you did previously, I guarantee you. We also believe that we have a fundamental belief in subluxation based chiropractic. I know I shouldn't have to say these things, but they're removing these context from the education and chiropractic schools. So please share the show with somebody that's a chiropractic student or somebody that's graduated from a school that they didn't get chiropractic philosophy. We also believe in a couple more things and then we'll get the episode started. But we believe in innate intelligence, universal intelligence, and educated intelligence. We believe that when man or woman, the physical gets adjusted, it connects them to man or woman, the spiritual. I know some people might say that sounds like woo-woo, but really when somebody's nervous system is corrected and their body is back online, they're more vital in all performance of life. So with that being said, Sebastien, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for inviting me tonight, and hello everyone. Thank you for being there to hear the chiropractic message and share it.
Yeah, 10 years ago, I was over at your clinic sharing the chiropractic message, and here we are on an episode of Chiro Hustle Podcast many years later. So thank you for being my guest.
Those 10 years get out like this, and I was more skinny than now. I earned some kilos, maybe at the gym, maybe in another place. But the journey in chiropractic gets beautiful among those 10 years. And
maybe
your journey also. Thank you.
Maybe you've gotten some kilos to your philosophy too.
I hope it's tons, not only kilos, because I devoted some time to it to try to understand why we do it and what we do.
So your story. I think that this show starts many times with the story.
I think I know my story, but yes, it's right to share our stories to people because they can understand. Coming from no place and no idea of health, we can understand quite a bit, enough to help a lot of people. I was studying to be a medical doctor, and I was kind of lost. No, I just want to be a doctor, and I don't know what was health about. And I meet a guy who I was thinking was studying to be a physiotherapist to do rehabilitation, and I was making jokes about him studying 6-7 years. He really lined me on the floor. I just my first bone in the neck. I heard a big noise. I was on the party. He was very cool and calm. So I don't say anything. He just say, I'm a chiropractor, and he leave. But that night after the party, I felt something great in here. Now I can call it energy, and a very release. For the first time of my life, I was out of sympathetic dominant vigilance. I was calm and connected. That was my first experience to chiropractic. My second experience was one of my best friends studying with me in high school. He's a son of an osteopath saying, I'm going to be a chiropractor next year to study to be a chiropractor. And I say, a chiro what? And he said, come to see daddy. He will explain you and release that told, do chiropractic. Don't think about any other thing. Great things in osteopathy, in physio, but you're going to get better with chiropractic. So I trust someone who bring you to one profession to another, and I go to chiropractic. That's my story. And the real story starts with a green book, Life Without a Fear. So I discover there is a meaning to everything, and there is a cause to everything. So we are not victims, but we are leaders of our life. And I get to a seminar called Chiro Europe. I know you're coming back again in there. And I see people on stage, happy, joyful to be chiropractors, sharing the power of life. And I look and check the room, and everyone was like this. And I say, I want this in my life, because the school was kind of good, but a little bored, and people were not inspired to be teachers or sharing. But there they were only inspired people that say, I want this life. This is the life I want. That's my story.
And advice for students, because I know that you're talking from your perspective of being a student at the Chiro Europe seminar. What advice would you maybe give to a chiropractic student if they're, right now they're not getting philosophy, they don't know what a green book is, they might not even know how to adjust yet? Like, what would you impart wisdom onto a chiropractic student today?
Start with chiropractic philosophy right now. Don't wait until tomorrow. It's too late already. Get a book, choose one, open it, read it. If I can do it with my Franglish, you can do it with your English as American people or English people. Start now. Find a chiropractor who is inspired to be a chiropractor. Listen to his message. Find a new one, and a new one, and a new one. And only go to see chiropractors who have eyes like this when they speak about chiropractic and are so on fire, because you can get a message and you can have knowledge from the books, and the two together create wisdom. So that's good. That's good.
Well, I think that the idea of not understanding the profession and getting out of school is pretty common. Um, how do you give guidance to somebody that has finished up school now and that might not have gotten the philosophy? I know you said start yesterday, but what can we do to like make sure that this person goes out and does better with their degree now?
There are more 775 podcasts now, 776 podcasts from Chiro Hustle to listen. Listen to the work of Sigafus. His son have made great work to put him on podcast also. And get to every talk you can, get to seminars like the Tim Young seminars. I know there is a lot of New Beginnings, Chiro Europe in Europe. Get to people who are inspired and start now. Your best day is today to start. There is no limit. You can become the chiropractor today, tomorrow, and after when you decide to start, it's a decision. And after you make like you efforts work into progress, you get the idea of chiropractic and you work, and sometimes you know more than other chiropractors, and you're not need title license. You're just one of the best hustler we have, you know. So you get to learn more of chiropractic because you put the effort on energy. Okay, so if someone who just with love can do it, everyone can do it tomorrow. I really repeat it. I was level 0 into chiropractic and health, and I start working. It's only work. It's only work and passion, and you also need to learn how to make your mouth work. So to share the message.
I know that was a big thing that you wanted to talk about today, was sharing the message. And you started a program over in France called Chiro Talks. Talk to us about this.
Les Conf Chiro, there was a time when it was the typical question you asked me. Students coming to visit, they don't know about the green book, they don't know about subluxation, they don't know about adjustment, they don't know about our science of neurology, and they don't know basically about nothing about business management, communicating chiropractic. They just know how to get a diagnosis and to avoid danger for a patient. That's the only thing they get out of school. So we just start inviting people in our office to spread the message. And we have big names in chiropractic. We have Mark Hudson from here, people from the United States. We have Joy Dispenza coming into the office for a talk only for 100 chiropractors. But what we got, it's more than 600 students coming from out of school. So that changed a generation into this school. That changed your mindset. They get back to chiropractic could be something different. They get a vision, they get their mission, and they find out what was their chiropractic. We were not imposing our vision. We just want them to get enough their brain stretch so they can ask questions and find out their way. Because some of us will be better in one way of chiropractic, other with another way. So we just have to find out what is our chiropractic, what is our mission, and what is the technique who suits us the most when we put our hands. That was the purpose of it.
Well, listening to where you were when I first met you 10 years ago till today, I've seen a maturity within you. And I've seen a desire to build the community. What has it meant for you to build a better community for chiropractic in Europe?
I think alone we can do. I was having this discussion just this weekend at a seminar. Alone, I can have a big office and I can serve my community just next. But we need a lot of big offices to serve many people, to change a culture. One man alone can do great things, but 100 men together can change a country. That's the big idea of chiropractic. Chiropractic is not built just for Sebastien Fuentes. Chiropractic exists for every chiropractor in the world, for every human being who have a soul and a nervous system and have the right to shine and thrive. So that's why we are here. And by being a community, we are stronger, because sometimes you can think you're crazy when you're alone. And when you're among another 100 crazy people, you think you're normal.
And because I've read about a little bit about your life, you practice in France and in Spain.
I start practicing between the two countries, Paris and Barcelona, and I decide to be back 100% to Paris. And this is when the decision to serve more the community start, to be involved more in talks, to inspire the message, to build up seminars, to bring teachings, but also I help spreading the message, like in a big seminars in here, and being involved in Europe, and also in politics. So we try to defend the principle. We built a second association to try to defend the right to serve the principle, the right to adjust subluxation, to protect our science and our art. Because we know at the level of politics, there is one direction where a lot of politics goes. There is some people who try to save the profession in another way.
So practicing in Spain, talk to me about what that was like.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful because you are in a country with no laws. So basically, if you can serve chiropractic your way, you can share your message. That's also beautiful because there is a country where people believe in something. So they can believe in an information, in a universal intelligence, in an innate intelligence who organize every part in the body. They're going to get the message. So that was beautiful. And also, this is a country, like sometimes access to medical things could be long. So they can give you the shot of 3 months. Oh, my MRI will be in 6 months or in 3 months. So let's try this for 3 or 6 months. And of course, in 3 months of chiropractic, they're going to feel some change, no? So that was for me rock and roll, starting fresh out of school. I think 2 years, 1 year and a half out of school. Getting there, only working 3 days on a horse, so 14 hours open office. I have a beautiful CA who was really magical with people in day 1, day 2. It was just playing, getting in, adjusting, getting out on a plane back to Paris to start adjusting at night at Paris. That was a good teenager life, I think. I was in my teenager of chiropractic. That was really incredible and very tight. And the community in Spain is very strong. Very principle drive, thanks to Mark and other people who have built it. There is a strong chiropractic community who really understands the message. And I think this is one of the only country where the majority of people are really principled and working on volume and serving at a higher degree.
So Spain is a very important European nation for chiropractic. And you said that you have to really get involved politically in order to make a difference in Europe. What is it like for you now? Are you still in full-time practice?
Yeah, I'm still in full-time practice. I have also a mentoring program helping French chiropractors to build their own practice and find themselves and serve out who they are, building seminars and also kind of politics helping. That's kind of it. I'm also a dad, so I have a nice agenda.
So it sounds like you stay very close to your community, not just local community, but to the full profession of chiropractic.
If I have to be honest, chiropractic gave me everything. A vision, a mission, a sense of purpose. It helped me to become who the person who I meet a lot of people who help me transform myself to become who I am. I found my wife and partner into chiropractic, and now I got a kid. I got a tribe, a community. So when you give back, and I think giving back is the most beautiful things, because you never know, but sometimes I get message of people saying me, oh, this talk changed my life. When this guy come, or these words you say. And so you discover after 10 years, like sometimes you make great things without knowing you're doing them. So, and once again, it's not about me or my office or our family adjusting because things goes right for us. It's about having a strong community ready to make a change, and enough strong in case there is a fight or something to defend into this profession, because we know we're going to have fights. So.
You've made it to Chiro Hustle. Sit back and learn from the greatest influencers in the profession on the world's #1 chiropractic podcast. This episode is brought to you by Peach State Payments. Ethical processing, more profit, less stress. Chiro HD, more than an EHR. Practice management simplified. The Chiro Speaking Company. Attract, educate, and convert. Chiro Spring, cloud-based, user-friendly software with all the essential features chiropractors need. Rudman Relight. The IFCO. Chiro Moguls. Chiro Health USA. Sherman College of Chiropractic. Pure Chiro Notes, Titronics, and Life West College of Chiropractic. Let's hustle. Hey docs, let me ask you something. Are you adjusting patients but not adjusting your revenue? Because a lot of chiropractors are still undercharging without even realizing it. They're accepting insurance allowances that are just too low. And they're hesitant to raise the fees because they're worried about pushback from patients. The problem is, when your fees and financial systems aren't aligned, it creates a slow leak in your practice. And when you try to grow, more marketing, more patients, maybe even another location, the leak gets bigger. There's actually a smarter way to handle this. Chiro Health USA helps chiropractors charge appropriately when insurance is available while still serving cash or limited benefit patients through a compliant discount medical plan. The results? Many practices see revenue increases around 15 to 20% without adding more visits. Same patients, better margins, more freedom. If you want to stop leaving money on the table and build a practice that's both profitable and compliant, check out chirohealthusa.com to learn more. Yeah, it's just the way that the world is you have to stand up for what you believe in. You're going to be around for many, many, many years in this profession. Where do you see the momentum going in the next decade for chiropractic in Europe?
I think we have a choice. We go one direction or another, or we have two professions. I'm sure the principle will survive because it's an universal law. I love the principle of chiropractic survives through the chiropractic profession. But this week, 2 weekends previous, I was with young students in a network seminar, and I really have time to sit with them and have a discussion and was inspired by the direction they were already getting. So that brings me another tone of hope. The principle is unstoppable, and people learning the truth will start serving, learning, making a difference. And I think this is why it will help us survive this profession. In chiropractors, students getting transformed by the chiropractic message, transforming themselves to be better servant, and adjusting thousands of people and millions of people.
Don't you think that would have been an answer that you might have said 10 years ago also?
Yeah. I think the day I'm gonna die, I will pray for chiropractic to be there for 500 years or more. But yeah, this is the hope we kept because I know where I start from, and I see guys with 5 years less, 10 years less, 15 years less, where they are now, what they're doing. I think there is a lot of hope. Because once your mind is stretched to a new idea, you see it in practice, you see it in matter, how it's expressing, you believe in it in 100%, and you believe and you hope like others will see it and in action and trust it and serve it. And it's only, in some countries, it's only 1% who make change an entire community. In other we would need 10 or 20, but if one people stand up or awaken, it can trade a movement and a culture. And we only need one student in one school, to start with a new fire. So, and it make a change because someone who is inspired with a line of a frequency much higher. Some people who are depressed and don't know where they go. That's what makes the difference. And most of the time is one we need.
So I guess I have to ask you. You see hope. Why do you believe that some chiropractors have lost their way and stopped believing in the principle and stopped believing in the power of the philosophy?
Yeah. Are they lost or are they haven't found yet? That could be the first question. Have they been taught and teach the principle? Have they feel it inside themselves? Do they connect with it through an adjustment they receive, or they connect through it through an adjustment they give? First, you need to be taught. And the strategy in education, in politics, have been to take those words out by saying we need to take them out for laws. But that was a strategy to kill the word. And if you don't change a word, that's not the same thing. Okay? So we start killing innate intelligence, we start killing subluxation, adjustment. At the beginning, it was for laws. After we say it was history. And now we are saying, it's dangerous if we pronounce those words. They're dangerous words. Of course, you speak with those words to a medical doctor, to a patient, they don't care. But some chiropractors think it's the devil in action, And we based on universal laws. If you don't accept them, that's a problem. But you need someone to teach it to you, to share it into your own language, to make you read it, to make you know it. And you need to be able to observe it in action, in matter, in the body of your patient. There is an organization. No one can say there is no organization in the body. We call it innate. That's it. We are born with it. That there is no more secret than this. And after we see life expressed every time, we observe it everywhere.
So the most dangerous words in chiropractic today, 2026, what are they?
Innate subluxation and adjustment, and maybe the fellow within from some dedication. And those words maybe will save people. Most of it, those words understand by some people will save our profession.
Well, you I don't know how long you've listened to the work that I produce on the Chiro Hustle, but there was a shift 6 years ago when I said, what is the most vital message to chiropractic? And I said, we have to talk about protecting the sacred trust. It's vital. We have to talk about innate intelligence, universal intelligence, educated intelligence, and we have to talk about subluxation. If people listen to the first 2 minutes of this program, they don't listen to anything else, at least I knew that I was going to front load them with the most dangerous words in chiropractic, to where they would walk away and they would have a better resonance of the message of chiropractic. Even if they've never heard of what chiropractic is in their entire life. Like you said, there's 775 episodes before this one where somebody could have access to that message, innate intelligence, subluxation, big idea, the cornerstone of why this profession is so amazing. And then we talk about the application, the adjustment. And those are the parts of this conversation that people ask me, Sebastien, do you ever get tired of having the same conversation? I said, no, because everybody has such a unique perspective on life and everybody has a story. And if you ask people to tell a story, you're going to find something amazing from each individual. And if you ask somebody to show up and to talk about something that they love, you're going to get the most amazing story that makes them who they are. Of course, I don't get tired of that. And there isn't enough of us. One of the things you said that you wanted to talk about was sharing the message. We need 500 James Chesters. We need 1,000 James Chesters to go out there and to hustle the message of chiropractic. We need 1,000 Sebastien Fuenteses who are going to go out there and to unify the message of philosophy and science and art of chiropractic in their home communities and their global communities, and bring people together to say, hey, I'm not just the one crazy one. I'm the one that understands the universal principle of healing. I understand the universal principle of health, and that comes through chiropractic. Now I have to ask you, now that I've set the framework, who gave you the guidance and the mentorship for you to say, this is going to be something that I'm going to dedicate my life to?
Oof. If you talk about mentors, I always can open a list because I've been very lucky to attract those people. There is two guys who make a big difference. Mark Hudson from Chiro Europe, because I discovered vitalism, the principle, and it was there to help me open, express myself. Jean-Pierre Mersman, who was the chiropractor one for the AC Milan and built the Milan Lab. He's a really respected chiropractor in Europe. And he teach me many things, of course, about techniques, but most of people, while I learned from him, is to be an heart open servant. He's a person with so much success in his life, but stays so kind and so servant to his colleagues and every people. So he learned to be a great heart guy. Walter Sanchez showed me like we can be successful in chiropractic, but also successful in family. Walter Sanchez from the DE family. That was something who bring me a lot of peace in my life, because I was in a moment seeing all my people who are successful in chiropractic have troubles with family, weddings and everything. And I say, no, success in this profession could be balanced everywhere. And also Arnaud Burnier, Donald Epstein, Ted Motter from Best, many teachers show up when you're ready. Dominic Hortin in Europe inspire me or show me a way I can be myself, on myself. I also study with John DeMartini. He tells me to bring my mind at peace and feel balance. Some Tony Robbins, some Joe Dispenza, of course. There are great minds and great teachers around and in chiropractic. And I've been lucky to meet wonderful people. And every time I was like you, learning their message, seeing they got a vision and they got a fire inside to make the difference, and they were on a mission. Every time those people who get success was inspired from within, on a mission and working to do so. So that was the inspiration, transformation, and work.
Do you know what? Now it's you. Now you are the one. Now you are learning from the greats, as our show says, Chiro Hustle, learning from the greats. But now it's your role. And that's why the students, you're saying, I just need one student from one university to get the fire. And now the torch is in your hand. And I think that that's one of the things about knowing you for the past 10 years is being the dad and the maturity within you. The message today is more rich and more fundamental than it was when I first met you. And I think that because we have history, it gives me a chance to have that acknowledgement for you, to say, you are the one that when I interview for the next 10 years, they're going to say, oh, Mark Hudson, Sebastien Fuentes, Joe Dispenza, Tim Young, Walter Sanchez. But what you've done in this past decade is you have become somebody that has carried the principle, and you have protected the profession. And I think that sometimes we go through this lifetime and we don't get a chance to tell people for what they've actually left a mark on the profession for. So I knew that we were going to have an episode today, but I had to say, I wanted to acknowledge you for being somebody of inspiration and being a mentor and being somebody that has shared this message with many people, because that's the belief that you are. And when you believe it, that's what you receive. Like you said, when somebody believes in open heart profession and an open heart system, it's not the technique of the hand, it's the technique of the heart. And I think that that's a real takeaway for me today, having you on, is it's your technique of your intention for being a fundamental resource to others to learn from you.
Thank you. I don't expect people to get my name in their mind. I expect them those I help to serve and make a difference. And I hope they can maybe open the door. If in 10 years we have the discussion, my kid want to study chiropractic, so he going to find someone to listen to and get there. This is why I hope we have a great profession in 10 years and my kid will be inspired and tell me maybe he's going to be a chiropractor. My wife doesn't want me to insist on this. We don't insist, but we have hope. We have hope it will be a third generation because my wife is a second generation. So we'll see. He's getting the principal in his life, attending every seminar. He's my new mentor because he's showing me all the progress I need to do as a person. But I hope he's going to choose this and be in the great time for being a chiropractor. Yeah.
And how old is he now?
He's almost 7, so he will be almost choosing what he want to do in life in 10 years. So that will be a great moment with great schools, very inspired. And I'm sure I got friends who will be crazy and can give him the torture.
What school would you recommend at this point for your son to go to?
I think New Zealand's Melwell, New Zealand Chiropractic College. I think the new Australian college seems to be good, but I don't have meet any students yet. The Scotland College is great. In United States, of course, there is Life Sherman, Life Western Sherman, and I don't know how Palmer is scoring right now. I really don't know. I haven't met. I know great chiropractors from Palmer. And my father-in-law from Parma, and there is a BCC in Spain also. And I hope every school in Europe and in the United States can change and have the switch, so you can just choose whatever the country want to study. I have really hope for every school because it can change. As it switch in one side, it can switch to the other side, back to pure chiropractic.
That's the message. That's the message I needed to hear.
And if not, he will learn from within, like we learn. Book, meetings in person, make a transformation, listen, get inspired. I mean, Sigafus was the donation. So if you have someone like Sigafus becoming Sigafus in nation, no matter the school, if you get the message and work, you can make a difference. So
if you were to give guidance to somebody right now, what one book would you say that you must read right now for chiropractic?
I will say Life Without Fear because it changed my life. But this one we are studying right now, it was just on my desk, so you can ask a better question. The 33 Gold by David Serio have the message a lot of wisdom people. There is also a book from the Scotland of Chiropractic, The Wisdom of 33. Every books who got the wisdom of many chiropractors together, you're going to find the message who touch you and inspire you.
So 2 books with 33 principles. Why are the 33 principles so important to the profession?
That's the universal laws who describe life with the chiropractic point of view, and that's the explanation of everything in life and what's happened in the body. And you can understand with the 33 principle, we are a profession about life, not even health or the spine or the musculoskeletal system, but we are a profession really who helps express more life into matter. So.
Well, that's episode 776 of the Chiro Hustle Podcast. Sebastien, thank you for being my guest today.
Thank you for the honor and finishing on minute 33. So that's a perfect podcast, I think. So keep doing what you do. Keep making a difference for our profession. You're a gift for us. Thank you very much for the honor.
Thank you. And you guys are just one story away. Keep hustling. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye for now. Thanks for listening to Chiro Hustle. Don't forget to subscribe and check back next week to continue hustling.